So I recently put out a video titled The 7 Life-Changing Reasons to Start a Cleaning Business. And in that video, I made this statement that said something like, you become the content you consume. And that statement seemed to have stuck with a lot of my viewers. I've had people asking me the type of content I listen to, what should I be watching, all that good stuff. And I had the question of, what books do I recommend? And I thought that deserved its own video. So let's get right into it. Book number 1 for me is The Richest Man in Babylon, the world's favorite inspirational guide to managing wealth. Now, I first heard of this book back in 2017 while listening to a Jim Rohn seminar. He was talking about how every young person who plans to build a life and career should have this particular book, right? Which is The Richest Man in Babylon. And I immediately got the book on audio. I like to be able to work and do my thing at the same time while listening to good content, right? It's a series of parables about a bunch of different men that lived in ancient Babylon, and it tells how they managed their wealth, how they built their wealth, and it's based off about 3 main principles. Number 1 being to love the work that you do. Number 2 is to pay yourself first. Never spend more than 90%, right? If you get an income, make sure you put some of that money back. And number 3 being to make that money make more money, right? It just gets you in a mindset of a producer and not just being a consumer. It talks about a lot of that, and I highly recommend getting this book to build that type of mindset, because you're going to need that in business in general. Book number 2 is The Greatest Salesman in the World by Mandino. You can change your life with the priceless wisdom of 10 ancient scrolls handed down for thousands of years. Now, this is one of the first books that I've ever read from cover to cover, right? I'm actually going through it again. I wanted to make sure I knew what I was talking about before I got on this video. But this is a parable about a young man who started out as a lowly camel boy and wanted to become a wealthy merchant like his employer. But he did not understand how to get there, right? And so that book teaches you how to bridge that gap. Also, one of the recurring themes in this book is failure will never overtake me if my determination to succeed is strong enough. That right there just helps you build that entrepreneurial mindset to keep going. Don't give up on your dream or whatever the thing is that you are doing. And so these type of books right here are going to help you build that and going to help you plant that entrepreneurial seed in your mind, right? And I know it's cliche, but this book right here is probably one of the first ones that I can say changed my life and changed my mindset. And so shout out to my father-in-law, Chris. He handed this one down to me and it's one of my favorites. So go get you this one too. Book number 3 for me is Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Now, this title might rub some of y'all the wrong way, but it's not one of those scammy type of books. It's a book that was written back in 1937 and based on some of the wealthiest, most successful businessmen of that era. People like Henry Ford, John D. Rockefeller, Andrew Carnegie, all them type of people, right? It's one of those wealthy mindset books that go from generation to generation, right? And I wanted to read a quick overview on the back of the book so you can get a better understanding. This easy to read book teaches you the secrets of how your subconscious mind and your attitude affects your success. Included on bestsellers lists for more than 50 years, it shows you that what the mind of a man can conceive and believe it can achieve. Now, that right there reminds me a lot of my other favorite book, which is the Bible. Me being a believer, I'll be on that type of stuff. Anyway, this book right here, go get that. Book number 4 is The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. Jumpstart your income, your life, and your success. Now, this book right here is another one of those books that I got on audio and really changed my habits. It shows you that the things that you do on a daily basis, the little small things that you do really compound to make your life. It's about building good habits, right? Because they're going to continue to compound. So for example, if you're going out there, handing out your flyers, handing out business cards, talking to people, making social media posts, doing your thing and promoting your business, you are going to grow your business. This goes for just about everything, right? Bodybuilding, wealth building, business building, it don't matter. If you go out there and pass out 1,000 flyers, 1,000 business cards, somebody gonna call you, right? If you go out there and lift 500 pounds every single day, you're gonna end up with some muscle, you're gonna be buff. You take 10,000 steps every day, you're gonna be lean, your legs gonna feel better. The little everyday decisions that we make will lead us to the life we desire or to disaster by default, right? So the compound effect, that's what it is. Your habits, the things that you do are going to continue to build on each other, and it's going to compound and make the life that you actually get to live in the long run, right? So get that book. Book number 5 is The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen R. Covey. Powerful lessons in personal change. Now, this book right here is going to help you with the soft skills, the people skills, learning how to deal with personalities, learning how to deal with change. People that are in management positions or high leadership positions, which when you're in a business, you got a business, you're the leader. You're the one that's going to be running that business. You got to deal with personalities. You got to deal with the people that you're going to be doing work for, your clients, everybody that are in that organization. You got to be the one to be able to figure out how to make win-win resolutions, how to solve conflict, solve problems. It's going to be up to you. And a lot of people just don't know how to read the room. They don't know how to deal with people. And this is one of those books that'll help you understand what you're going to be looking for, help you understand what might come. It got plenty of examples in here. And it's one of those timeless books that a lot of high-level entrepreneurial business and management people use in order to learn how to deal with people and be effective in the marketplace, in the workplace. So get that book. I got it on audio as well. It's going to be a good one. Book number 6 is U Squared by Prichett, a high velocity formula for multiplying your personal effectiveness in quantum leaps. Now, this book is very short, as you can see, very thin, quick read. I first heard this book while working my day job, listening to Bob Proctor. I was listening to a Bob Proctor seminar, which is the same guy who recommended Think and Grow Rich. So I knew this is probably gonna be a good one as well because he recommends some good books. Anyway, this book right here teaches you how to make a quantum leap to the place that you desire to go in less time and with less effort, right? So it's one of those work smarter, not harder type of books. Now, when I first got this book, I really didn't understand what the U2 was, right? U squared, what does that mean, right? Now, when I started reading it, I understood that you can be twice as effective in your life, right? I was earning about $2,400 a month, somewhere around $600 a week at my day job. And I always said I would love to be able to at least just double my income. And all I'm gonna say is in business, you can double, triple, or quadruple, or even more, whatever the other word is in business, right? And this book right here can help you break some of those limiting beliefs to get to that point, right? And so anyway, get this one. It's gonna help you. And on the back, it says right here, quit trying harder. Think beyond what common sense would allow. Make your move before you're ready and look inside for the opportunity. Anyway, get that. U squared as well. Help your mindset. Book number 7 is The 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership by John C. Maxwell. This is the workbook, but I have not completed this workbook yet, but I have it on audio as well. Now, I first heard of John C. Maxwell on YouTube. He's a person of faith. Man, I got into his content and went down this long rabbit hole of leadership content. If you like me, then you want to, get on that leadership stuff because in business, everything really boils down to the leadership. If something's not going right in my business, I know it's up to me. There's no other person that's going to do this or do that. It's up to the leader, right? So I know I need to delegate something. I need to go get some help somewhere. I need to go have this hard conversation. This book right here teaches 21 of his irrefutable, I don't even know what the word irrefutable means, but I know it's one of those undeniable type of words. I'm gonna have to look that up for y'all, but irrefutable, 21. If you know what the word irrefutable is, put that in the comments for me. Anyway, 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. It's going to help you be a better leader in your business, right? Because it's up to you, the leader, right? So go get that one as well. Book number 8 is The Magic of Thinking Big by David J. Schwartz. Acquire the secrets of success. Achieve everything you've always wanted. Now, this is another one of those mindset shifting books that helps you think of the things you do in a more extraordinary way, right? How you do one thing is how you do everything, and love the work that you do and see yourself bigger than the current circumstances, right? It starts with the seed, right? Your business can be this big, you have to think about it in a big way, right? In order to make it that big thing. And I probably have to give recommendation credit to Steve Harvey. I first heard him talking about this book on one of his talks. I love listening to Steve Harvey because if anybody does it big, Steve Harvey do it big, right? And it forces you to think bigger about what you're doing, right? Where the circumstances that you are. Like, I'm recording this video in my spare bedroom, right? This is like the office / guest room in our house. And I truly do believe that one day I'm gonna have that grand office, right? Where I can do my videos, I can do my work, I can do all my stuff in, right? And be able to spread out and just be bigger than what we're doing right now, right? Before I let this book go, I wanna read to you a few of my favorite lines on the back of the book. Believe you can succeed and you will. Think and dream creatively. You are what you think you are, and learn how to think positively. I love that right there. And speaking of positive, I'm going to get into book number 9, which is The Energy Bus by John Gordon. 10 rules to fuel your life, work, and team with positive energy. Now, this book was written by John Gordon, who basically wanted to find out how to be more positive. His wife flat out told him he was just too negative and she couldn't live with him like that. So he went out and spent a bunch of time studying positive psychology and all this type of stuff. And he wrote this book based on a parable about this man named George who wanted to change his life and become more positive. And it's a really, really great story, man. It shows you that things don't have to be so bad, right? It's all up in here, right? It's about the way you think. You have to have an optimistic, positive belief type of mindset, right? So anyway, for all of my overachievers, everybody that made it to the end of this video, I like the Wealth Choice audiobook by Dr. Dennis Kimbro. I wasn't able to find the hardcover book, but I like that one too. The Wealth Choice, look that one up by Dr. Dennis Kimbro. I like Anything TD Jakes. I plan to get UOU by Dr. Eric Thomas. I like listening to his podcast. Also, listen to The Strangest Secret by Earl Nightingale. It's on YouTube. I love that audio. Listen to that. It's plus EYL, Earn Your Leisure podcast, How I Built This with Guy Raz, and Social Proof with David and Donnie. Man, those are some of my favorite podcasts. Let me know in the comments what some of your favorite books and podcasts are as well. I love to check those out. But if you like this video, then you'll probably like this video as well. So click that video and thank y'all for watching. I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.